I've been trying to make an effort to go back and re-review a lot of the oldest stuff packs for The Sims 4. Some of these packs came out almost 10 years ago, and either I wasn't making videos at the time, or I was, but I was a teenager, so therefore my opinions are annoying and invalid, and it's just been a long time, so I feel like it makes sense to go back and revisit some of these things. They're still selling them, and a lot of you are still buying these packs, so I think it's worth going back and talking about them, seeing what they come with, whether or not they're worth the money, and unfortunately the answer is that most times these older stuff packs are not worth the money. I've done some videos on most of these oldest stuff packs, but today I want to skip ahead a little bit and talk about the fitness stuff pack. This one to me is the most forgettable stuff pack out of all of them. I think most of these I have either really strong negative or really strong positive opinions about, but with fitness stuff, it's kind of just there. I basically never use any of these items. I don't really even know what the cast entails. So I was thinking that today we should really go back through this and kind of deep dive in the fitness stuff pack. This one originally came out on June 20th of 2017, and I don't think I made any videos about this when it first released. I actually have a vivid memory of downloading this on my laptop and playing it in the airport when I was flying home from my grandpa's funeral. And at the time, I didn't really make review videos. I mostly just built and did like gameplay content. I sort of had this perspective that nobody cared to hear my opinions about packs, so I didn't really make content like that back then. It was actually kind of funny looking back on that because we always joke now about how the Sims team releases packs when I'm busy, but this one, you release this during my grandpa's funeral? That's kind of messed up. We should probably start with Cass, and I think that Cass is probably the most disappointing part of this pack. It is really small. There's 3 shirts for masculine frame Sims. We have this kind of like hoodie sort of shirt with some interesting laces on it. I honestly never use this. I don't think I've ever given a Sim this t-shirt. I don't hate it. I just don't like it that much, so I don't use it very often. Then we have this sort of athletic top. I do use this a little bit more, but I think that's because it's in one of the styled looks. It's just a simple top. It's nice to have. I like this lime green. Then we have this shirt, which is terrible. Oh my God. Are you seeing the texture on that zipper? Oh, I've never noticed that before. Wow, I never use this. I don't even remember this shirt existing. If you told me this was new, I would believe you. I've never seen this before and I don't like it. So that's disappointing. There are 2 pairs of pants from this pack, and I actually use these the most. I use these simple shorts all the time. It's hard to come by just nice, simple shorts in this game, so I do use these a lot. I don't think I realized that it had this pattern on a couple of the swatches, so that's interesting. See, I'm learning things. And then we have some simple sweatpants too, and I also use these sweatpants a fair amount. We don't have a lot of like simple, colorful sweatpants for masculine frame Sims in The Sims 4, so I do like those. There's 1 pair of shoes. I also unfortunately don't like these shoes very much, so I don't really use these either. I guess they come in some cool colors. I could probably start using these. I would get some use out of them. There's no accessories. There's no full body outfits. There are a couple of styled looks. This is one of them. What are those leggings you're wearing? Those are just base game? They didn't even use the new shoes in this styled look. They just put like the default base game ones. And then we also have this styled look, kind of simple sweatpants and hoodie situation. And then we also have this one. That's just using a base game top. They did mix and match it with the new shoes though. So I guess that's one nice thing about it, is that they gave you some more fitness, activewear styled looks, but there's like no accessories. It's 3 tops for masculine frame Sims. There's 4 hairstyles total, but really it's just 3 because one of them's a recolor. We've got this hairstyle. I actually do like this one a lot. We've got this nice side ponytail, and then we have this kind of swoopy hair with like a shaved side, and it's got a recolor with some different swatches. I've actually been a big fan of this side ponytail for a long time. I would say it's one of my favorite hairs from this era of The Sims, like these older packs. Feminine frame Sims get a little bit more stuff. We've got 5 shirts. We have this little tank top situation. It's kind of like a sleeveless hoodie on top of a sports bra almost. I do like the colors on this, although I don't really ever use it. I don't really really understand the point of a sleeveless hoodie, so I just don't really put it on my Sims very much. Then we have this crop top with the long sleeves. I've used this a couple of times. It also has some kind of interesting patterns, which is fun. We also have this hoodie that is kind of sleeveless as well because it has these mesh sleeves instead. I don't hate this either, but again, I just don't really ever use it, and I think that the zipper texture is really bad. It looks like crusty and blurry almost on the texture, which is pretty disappointing. You hate to see them do stuff like that just objectively looks not good, but it's an interesting hoodie. I don't think I realized it had this like pattern to it. I don't really ever use it. We've got a plain long sleeve shirt as well that has some kind of interesting swatches. I don't really like these swatches, so again, I don't really use them very much. I've never seen this swatch either. Wow, this is very eye-opening to me. I'm learning things right now. And then we have this one. This is kind of funky. I like this best, although I never use it. I kind of like this color. That's kind of interesting. I don't think I realized how meshy it is. I don't know. I'm kind of struggling to understand how it's connected. Like the top and bottom, is there mesh there or is it clear? I think it has like a sheer connection between the straps, right? I don't know, it's interesting. I should use this more because this is actually kind of a cool color too. I like the plain ones. For bottoms, we only have two. We have those same sweatpants that we had before for the masculine frame Sims. And then we have this kind of interesting little skirt. That's nice. We don't have a lot of like active skirts, so that's kind of a different item. There's no full body outfits. We have the same pair of shoes, obviously, as before. There's no accessories. This is the first style look. Oh my gosh, it looks like there actually is a pair of leggings. Okay, I stand corrected. There's an accessory version of some short leggings. So I was wrong. There is one accessory. But this is the first styled look. It's just the crop top with the leggings. The game thinks that your Sim isn't wearing pants if you wear these because these leggings are accessories. I don't think that's a bad thing because you can layer it this way if you wanted to, and it's nice to have that option, but it is kind of funny. Technically, she has no pants on. And then we also have this style look. These are unfortunately just base game leggings. I wonder if these were in the pack originally and if they pulled them to the base game, because they do match pretty well, but they're base game leggings now. And that's all of Cass. It's like a couple of things. It's really not the kind of pack that you would buy so that you could get more athletic wear. Honestly, you could do this easily with just base game stuff. If you wanted more active wear, I would buy Spa Day. Even if you just look at the active filter, all of this good stuff is from Spa Day. So many sports bras and things. If you're looking for like athletic clothing, Spa Day is a better pack. There's also the Throwback Fits kit, which comes with a few active wear items. I don't think that fitness stuff is a good Cass pack. I'm gonna give her the active aspiration, and I also gave her the adventurous trait. That's from Snowy Escape, but I'd argue that Snowy Escape does kind of pair well with this pack, and I'll explain why in a second. I'd like to talk about build mode next, because there are some kind of interesting items in the build buy from this pack. I actually always think it's nice to look at these styled rooms too, because it kind of gives you an idea of how they thought the items could be used. And this pack has 3 different styled rooms. This is the first one. It's kind of a fancy bathroom. It's got some sort of random additions as well, with like these lights on the wall. Then we have this room, which I guess is meant to be a living room. I don't really know about the color choices in here either. And then lastly, they have a home gym space. And the big main thing here obviously is the fitness equipment. So the main new gameplay is this rock climbing wall. It's a cool item. It's interesting though, because even in this styled room, it doesn't fit inside a house. You need to have tall wall height to put it inside. So most times it ends up getting put outside, but it breaks in the rain, so it's kind of hard to fit places. In the past, I've pretty much only ever used that rock climbing wall at the gym. I'll show you that in a second too. This is the full collection of build mode from this pack. I would sort of describe it as like modern home gym. There's a lot of glass, a lot of stone and wood accents. I'll point out my favorite items first. I actually really like this ceiling light. It's a simple pendant light, but it comes in 3 different sizes, and I do genuinely use this a lot. This is probably my most used item out of the whole pack. There's also a really simple picture, which seems like a silly thing to point out as a favorite, but it's a nice, easy item. It kind of looks like it's a poster of different worlds from the game. And there's a really nice little rug. It's a very small rug, but it comes in a couple interesting colors. I really like this Oops, wrong color. I like this pink and yellow one a lot, and I like this treadmill. I don't like the other gym stuff, but I like this treadmill. I'd say those are my favorite items. There are 2 wallpapers. This one's kind of weird. It's like wavy, but it's an interesting texture. I think it makes for a cool accent wall, and it comes in a lot of nice neutral colors. And then there's a really nice stone. Like, this genuinely is one of the better stones I think that we have in the game. And same thing, it comes in some nice neutral colors. There's no flooring or anything. And weirdly, there's a couple of windows, but they're only for medium and tall wall height. They're actually kind of cool looking. You can see they have some interesting like stained glass panels in them, but I find these sort of hard to use because they don't match anything else in the game. If they had given us one smaller window, maybe we'd have enough to do a full house, but I just don't think that you can do a full house with these, and it's hard because nothing else matches them. I don't know if I've ever used either of these windows, like literally ever before this. There is a matching door, that same thing, I never use. It's kind of a strange door. I actually always forget this is even there. It looks like it has an hourglass in it almost. So I'm sorry if you like this door. I don't mean to like crush your spirit. It's just not really my vibes. I also don't really build modern houses though, so these don't really appeal to me. They are cool. Look how the sun shines in through them. They're like genuinely really nice, but they just don't match, so it's hard to use. As far as other stuff goes, we have a couple of chairs and couches. This little chase lounge is really weird. I always forget that it's there. It does have some cool colors. This is meant to be a dining chair. Same thing, nice colors. Maybe could be good for like the mint gen of Not So Berry. There's a little side chair too that also has some genuinely nice pastels. I don't know if I've ever seen that color before. I sort of like that yellow actually. That's nice. Some really interesting tables. We've got this cool like funky shaped dining table. This little stone table is meant to be like a side console table. I hate this actual side table, although this coffee table is pretty interesting. I like the stone on it. For bathroom stuff, we've got a little sink, there's a toilet, there's a shower, and there's a corner tub. We don't have that many corner tubs, so that's not bad. I like how it's wooden. The shower kind of matches the stone walls. It is fun to have a toilet, but I don't think it's worth buying a pack over, and the sink's cool. It's a nice stone sink. We also have this kind of interesting like arched circle plant. It comes with a fancy mirror, which is kind of cool, and it's double-sided. There's 2 rugs. One's just sort of a plain rectangular rug. I don't really ever use this because it looks like a sponge to me, so I don't really like it very much. We've got a simple shelf. We've got this nice towel rack, and then we have a couple wall lights that I think are kind of strange. I don't really ever use those. This is like a 3-dimensional wall sculpture. There's a smaller like rock kind of wall light. We do have a cute bookshelf. We don't have anything that's this shape, so that's fun. This kind of gives me Sims 3 energy, if that makes sense. And then last, we have a few different pieces of gym equipment. Obviously, we have the rock climbing wall, which we'll get to, and then we have this lovely treadmill. Comes in all these same wood swatches. Everything kind of comes in these like darker woods, but neutrals with a pop of, for some reason, yellow. And then we have this one. I don't really know about this item. I never use this one. I think it's kind of a lot to me. But that's the whole build mode. It's very simple. It's got some decent items, but not enough to do a whole house. Not even really enough to do a whole gym. It's like a couple gym things, a couple bathroom things, a couple living room things, a dining table. There's a very random collection of things here. I want to go to the gym now and show you the rock climbing wall, because I actually think that it does work pretty well in the Oasis Springs Burners and Builders gym. This gym is nice because it kind of has this 2-story thing, but it's open 2 stories. I don't know if I would call it nice actually. It's just a gym. It's not even good, but it's nice for this specifically. So if you buy this pack, you could super easily replace this and maybe put a couple of the rock climbing walls in the middle in here. I've renovated this gym before and done just that, and it fits super well. There's plenty of space for it. Here are all the different color swatches. They're very simple. I mostly just use it in like black most of the time. And it does honestly have some interesting gameplay. So there's a few different options. There's a gentle incline, a vertical incline, and then a climb overhang, but obviously we don't have a very high skill, so we can't do that yet. And when you use it, they come in, they use the little iPad to like set up their settings, which is pretty interesting. They change into their athletic wear, and then they start climbing, and it actually looks pretty cool. It's some really interesting animations for it. Am I getting invited? No, I'm not going to the Star Wars world. Oh my god. And they're pretty bad when they first start out, which is also fun to watch them do. They can even fall off of this, although nothing happens to them if they do. do. If they fall off, they kind of just like fall off and that's it. So by default, when you buy the pack, you just gain the fitness skill. It works like any other gym equipment. But if you have Snowy Escape, you also gain the rock climbing skill. So in Snowy Escape, we have that new rock climbing skill and use it to climb the literal mountain. So you can use this item to train rock climbing if you have Snowy Escape. And I like that there's that cross-pack compatibility. But if you don't have Snowy Escape, it's just regular old fitness. It also looks like there's these endurance challenges that you can try. Obviously, we have like no skill, so she can't do much. We can't do those yet because we don't even have enough skill at all. But if I cheat our skill up a little bit higher, I might try and do a vertical incline and see what happens. So the difference here is that this one is like obviously at a gentle incline, it's going up. This one's vertical, so it's harder to use. And I will say, the animations are cool. This is like genuinely really fun to watch. It's funny to watch your Sims fail. Dislikes rock climbing. You're not allowed to do that. I need you to like rock climbing because we're trying to build skill. I want to test out this beginner vertical challenge real quick too and see what happens. Oh, no? You don't want to? Okay. I think it's because that Sim's trying to use it. Go away. This is mine. Try it. No, even she's here. Can you do this one? They stole my machine, Bella Goth. I hope you fall. You can actually gain fame from doing these endurance challenges, which is kind of an interesting cross-pack compatibility also. You can see the animation's a bit different because I'm doing a special climb. She's very impressive what she's doing here, like swinging her legs around like this. It's a shame because it is really interesting. Ooh, we conquered the rock climbing wall endurance challenge and set 27.33 seconds as the new time to beat. So you can choose to reset the record time, or you can do it again and try and beat your own record. Or if like somebody else set a record, you could try and beat theirs. So there are some kind of interesting things involved in this. The only problem is that that's the whole pack. That's all of the new gameplay. There's nothing else. So while it is cool, it's a nice feature, it doesn't feel like something that's worth buying an entire pack for. Not to be like, oh, they should have put this in Snowy Escape because Snowy Escape didn't exist yet. But if this were like a side item that just also came in Snowy Escape, that would have been really cool. In a world where the fitness stuff pack didn't exist, if they made this for the first time with Snowy Escape, that would have been awesome. But for it to stand alone, I just don't think it's that worth buying. I'm gonna max the fitness skill real quick and see if we can test this again. Interestingly, you can't do the next overhang challenge until you beat your own record time. And I think that I need the rock climbing skill too because I have both packs. I think you actually have to practice to try this because it says that I'm still not able to do an overhang climb. I knew going into this that I was gonna find it disappointing, but I'm actually finding it way more disappointing than I thought. And you know what? I'm actually being mean. It's not just the rock climbing wall. The other big gameplay feature here, and if you have the pack, you know about this, is the earbuds. And the earbuds are genuinely very useful. Weirdly, you'll get a call popping up offering to give you free earbuds. So oftentimes your sim will just have earbuds in their inventory, but if you don't have any, you can buy them online. You can just press order on the computer and then purchase earbuds, and you can buy whatever color you want. Then it adds them to your inventory. And the earbuds are kind of nice to have because your sim can listen to music in their ears and multitask with music no matter where they go. So if you're trying to have them work on something that's like maybe not fun for them, say you want your sim to like really grind the painting skill, you can put earbuds in their ears and they can play music while they're doing it. Their fun will slowly go up and then they can keep working on the skill. The earbuds are probably my most used thing out of the whole pack because it's nice to have that feature. It's nice to have the music in the background. It's kind of like cheating because you can just permanently cheat their fun need up while they're doing literally anything. I was doing a challenge recently where I had 33 infants in my household on my Twitch stream, and I gave my sim, the adult sim, one of the earbuds, and it was a godsend because it made it so that her fun was never bad. She didn't have time to take care of her own needs, so having the earbuds in and just like the permanent fun need going up was really helpful. And then the other new gameplay is that it adds a workout TV channel, so you can click on the TV and press workout, and you can do a plum boomba dance video or a power sculpting dance video. I never use this either. I always kind of forget that it's there, but if you don't have fitness equipment, you can use this to work out at home. This is her doing plum boomba. You can see she's doing the same thing that the adults are doing. I also never use this. I kind of forget that it's there. This is her doing the plum boomba. You can see she's doing the same dance as the Sims in the TV. And this counts as working out, so they gain fitness skill from this. Obviously hers is maxed, but you can kind of work out anywhere even if you don't have access to like fitness equipment in your Sim's house. And you can do a power sculpting video as well. Oh, no, she won't do it. Okay. Well, you can turn on power sculpting and they'll mostly like do a bunch of sit-ups and push-ups and stuff, but it's kind of nice to have it following the TV video. Obviously you can do these things alone without a TV, but oh, I haven't seen them do that. Oh, that's better than I thought it was. You know what? I should use this more too. I think I learned something today. I forgot this was here. So I've unlocked a new thing for my Sims to be able to use. From my experience, the challenges that you can complete are actually extremely difficult, and to finish them, which I have never done, takes like 50 something tries maybe. It can take a lot of effort to get through all of them. And the final challenge is a fire challenge that will have obviously flames in the bottom, and your Sims pretty much always catch fire from it. I can do the overhang challenge. This is what that overhang challenge looks like. So when you do the overhang challenge, it puts it the opposite way, so it's even harder to climb. She's probably gonna struggle a lot with this because she hasn't done it very much. Yeah, she fell off the mountain. Let's try that again. I think that there's actually a hidden rock climbing skill that is not tied to the rock climbing one from Snowy Escape. So you still have to practice. Even if you cheat all of it, you still need to practice more. I know I'm so bad for this, but I want to show you the fire challenge, and her muscles are too sore even with cheats. So I'm gonna make her sleep outside like Stanley Humphrey real quick. I wonder if tiny homes affect the hidden skill. That's an interesting question. It just keeps telling me that high fitness skill can provide increased stamina if she continues to struggle, but I have max fitness skill. And she's continuing to struggle. Oh, I'm burning to death. Oh, okay. Well, that's not supposed to happen until after we unlock the fire challenge. It won't let me keep going. I can't even cheat it away. Oh, I completed it. Nice. Oh my gosh. We can do overhang challenge hard now, and then we unlock fire challenge dangerous. I like the distinction between like easy, medium, hard, dangerous. I forgot to give her lights. I was so focused on climbing, I didn't really make her a house at all. I'm sorry. Just to give you some context, I've probably tried to have her climb this like 20 plus, maybe 30 times, and we're still consistently failing. So this is definitely intentionally very hard for your Sims to complete. Obviously, I'm doing it quick because I cheated everything, but it's not an easy task to overcome. So I do appreciate that. I think it gives you more things to achieve. It makes the gameplay feel more worthwhile. So just to give you some context, I've probably attempted this close to 30 times now. I've not been counting, but it's been consistently failing every single time. So it seems like it's intentionally very difficult to achieve. She's almost there and she hasn't failed yet. So maybe I spoke too soon. I really want her to finish it. Stop, finish it. Did I do it? I think I finished it, but it didn't count my record time. So I do appreciate that about the game. Oh, I conquered it. Oh, good. I think it's really nice that there's something to work towards. It just still doesn't feel like it should be its own stuff pack. I'm gonna save my game real quick, and then I want to attempt the fire challenge. I'm pretty sure when you do the dangerous fire challenge, she likes fitness. Okay, you might not for very long. I'm pretty sure that there's like fire rockets that shoot at you when you try and do this. It's been a long time since I've seen it, so I'm kind of curious to find out again. Oh wow, there's fire on the screens even. Oh my god. Oh, this is worse than I thought. So it's shooting out fire at her as she's doing it, and she has to avoid the fire while she's climbing. I feel like there's no shot that she does not catch on fire while doing this, right? This is kind of giving me anxiety. I feel like she's living my own worst nightmare. Oh, you're bored? Been there, done that. From being bored of a skill. Oh, sorry. Are you bored now? Oh, she didn't actually light on fire. That's good. I was kind of convinced that she was gonna die just then. Wait, she finished it and she didn't even catch fire that time. Oh, good job. Alicia conquered the rock climbing wall endurance challenge. Challenge climb champion. Oh, I thought that was gonna be way worse. I was convinced she was gonna catch fire. I am extremely impressed right now. It says you gain fame, but it doesn't look like it to me. So scratch that. So final thoughts, I still feel like this pack is forgettable. I was hoping that after playing through it, I'd be like, wow, this is so fun. But I don't know, the cast is so small. There's so few things in it. There's 17 items in Create a Sim in this pack. That's like a third of the other stuff packs that have come out more recently. The build mode has a couple of nice things, but not really a ton of standouts. The gameplay is very one note, and the best part to me is the earbuds, which I can still honestly do without. If this is something that interests you, it's not a bad pack. I just don't think it's the best pack. So I wouldn't like urge you to go out of your way and buy this right now because you need the rock climbing wall. But like if you see it on sale and you're feeling like grabbing it, I think you'll have fun. If you're only gonna get one stuff pack, I probably wouldn't tell you to get this one. I think there's a bunch of other stuff packs that are way more worth the money. Specifically, a lot of the more newer stuff packs, they really upped the amount of content in stuff packs in the last few of them. them, so you get way more bang for your buck if you buy like one of the last 3 or 4 versus one of the older ones. Fitness stuff is kind of middle of the pack, but it's sort of middle of the pack in terms of review as well. All the stuff packs genuinely are like on a sliding scale of good to bad, and it's this scale. The newest ones are the best, the oldest ones are the worst. And I hope that this video was helpful to you. I don't really talk about this pack ever, so I thought it would be kind of nice to go back through and actually show it off for once. I'm kind of curious to do a build challenge now where I try and make a house with only stuff from fitness stuff, so let me know if you want to see that. And if you liked this video, I've done a few of these revisiting pack videos recently, so I'll link one here on the end card for you. And I'm gonna end it right here and catch you all tomorrow. Okay? Bye, everybody. This goes against everything I have ever said or believed, but actually the toilet in this pack is kind of good. Normally I don't care about them, but it's kind of a nice toilet.